In 2011, the Federal Administration on Developmental Disabilities held regional meetings to gather ideas about strengthening self-advocacy across the country. California self-advocates made important suggestions to create partnerships, share goals and plans, develop easy-to-use advocacy materials, grow in numbers, use technology, advocate in their communities. The California State Council on Developmental Disabilities responded by establishing the #1 goal in the state plan: to increase advocacy by persons with disabilities through leadership development. The State Council provided resources for this work and partners with the Board Resource Center to provide broad support.
BRC provided opportunities and support for network members to learn and use technology to enhance communication and community outreach. Self-advocates were inspired to take more of a role in creating graphic materials and participating in audio and video recordings. Board Resource Center used many approaches: training, facilitation, adaptive materials, and new technology to support members of the Employment First Committee, Self-Advocates Advisory Committee, and the new Statewide Self-Advocacy Network to strengthen their advocacy and lead the way.
The Employment First Committee was created to develop a policy that helps more people with developmental disabilities find good jobs in their communities. Self-advocate members participated actively in meetings and gathered information from their peers about employment experiences. Members testified at 2 legislative committee hearings, conducted presentations on employment, reached out to self-advocates using social media, and contacted state senators regarding Employment First legislation.
The Self-Advocates Advisory Committee was created to provide a voice for Californians with disabilities. The committee advised the State Council on important issues. Members created an annual committee action plan, developed a statement about abuse at developmental centers, developed suggestions for more accessible state council meetings, developed a recommendation for the State Council to support the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, conducted 9 presentations about the committee and the State Council.
The Statewide Self-Advocacy Network was formed by the State Council to increase advocacy across California by building community partnerships. The network brings together self-advocates representing many organizations to advance leadership by persons with disabilities. They join together to accomplish common goals and impact public policy. Members created a quarterly, 2-day meeting schedule with leadership training and committee business, completed advocacy mission statements, leadership goals and plans, learned to use new technology to communicate, hold meetings, and to share information, began to learn about partner organizations and advocacy groups in their regions, coordinated regional gatherings, conducted 20 presentations, began to develop statewide goals and action plans.
Media and technology. Network members used email, video conferencing, and online Google Group to communicate and share information. The Board Resource Center also developed an advocacy website for the State Council and facilitated technology training for the self-advocates and their facilitators.
The Board Resource Center, with network members, developed a website for meeting materials, training tools, resources, and advocacy leadership development. Started a network Google group with members and organizations exchanging resources and advocacy updates, and provided opportunities for members to communicate with each other between meetings. Assisted the State Council with development of an advocacy resource room. Completed video recordings of member meetings and their leadership activities. Provided meeting coaching for the State Council's chairperson. Produced 2 network newsletters. Facilitated workshops at conferences describing the value of the network and the role of coalition building in communities.
We are proud of our accomplishments this year and the direction we are headed in the disability rights movement. There is still much work to be done as we promote leadership by persons with disabilities in California. By building partnerships, we will strengthen pathways to create change as we lead by example to improve the lives of all persons with disabilities.
Your voice is joined by your voice, is joined by your voice, is joined by your voice, is joined by his voice and her voice and your voice and your voice, which is wonderful, by the way. Isn't there more power in that? All those voices together, right? And that's a simple form of personal leadership becoming group leadership, and it is the first step toward building a coalition, a group of people and organizations that can make change.